welcome back to the On the Football Zone and to a weekend review, reviewing the Premier League action from this weekend, starting off with Man City 1, Liverpool 1 on Saturday lunchtime. It was Erling Haaland who gave City the lead in the 27th minute before Trent equalised with just 10 minutes left. And yeah, a really entertaining game, this one. And yeah, it ended up in a draw. I think City, having dominated the game, will probably be disappointed not to win. But yeah, Liverpool coming away with a point, played it well. Trent, an outstanding performance from him. And Jet got them a point. I think they'll be pretty happy with that. But moving on into Sheffield United 1, Bournemouth 3 at Bramall Lane. And yeah, it's Tavernier and Kluivert who gave Bournemouth the 2-0 lead going into the break before Tavernier made it 3 just after. A late consolation goal from Ollie McBurney. And that's all it proved to be. Sheffield United 1, Bournemouth 3. And yeah, Bournemouth pretty much brassing aside Sheffield United here, and yeah, I think this is kind of signs of showing irreality of what they can do. But yeah, for Sheffield United, this is a really poor performance, and yeah, Presser undoubtedly growing on Paul Heckingbottom now. But moving on into a dramatic game at City Ground where it finished Forest 2, Brighton 3. Alanya in the 3rd minute gave Forest the lead before Ferguson and Pedro Brace made it 3-1. Dunk then got sent off for swearing at the referee, which was quite funny. Gibbs White scored a penalty to make it a tight 15 minutes for Brighton, but in the end they just about got through it despite a large challenge from Forest. I think on the whole they probably just about deserved it. Big win for Brighton, obviously gone a while without a victory, so yeah, that's a big one for them. But Forest, I think, yeah, missed opportunity maybe in the last 15 minutes. But moving on then to Newcastle 4, Chelsea 1. It was Isak in the 13th minute who gave them the lead before Sterling equalised, but then Lascelles and Jolinton made it 3-1 before Reece James got himself sent off. And then yeah, we had Anthony Gordon made it 4-1. And yeah, Newcastle securing the victory here. And yeah, big win for them. Obviously ravaged by injuries at the moment, so that's a big one for them. But for Chelsea, really disappointing way to bounce back after the international break. And yeah, just need to get the consistency. But moving on then to Luton 2, Palace 1 at Kenilworth Road. And yeah, it was Edouard who had a goal disallowed for handball just before Mengi made it 1-0 for Luton. Elise then scored an unbelievable goal to make it 1-1 before it was Brown in the 83rd minute who won it for Luton. Despite Palace having more of the game, in the end they couldn't get anything from it. And I think, yeah, that will be deeply frustrating for them. But for Luton, never say die attitude. They keep fighting. An unbelievable victory for them. And say it quietly, but they're starting to pull away from the bottom three. But moving on into Burnley 1, West Ham 2 at Turf Moor. And yeah, it was Rodriguez in the 49th minute who gave Burnley the lead before O'Shea and Souček made it 2-1. And yeah, it was quite a tight game, this one. Not much really separating the two sides. But yeah, in the end, I think Burnley, having held the lead for so long, will be gutted, and they really need to start making results count. But for West Ham, a brilliant comeback, and yeah, massive 3 points for them. But moving on into Brentford 0, Arsenal 1, and yeah, with Ramsdale starting to had a few dodgy moments. Obviously, a lot of the focus was him, and yeah, Arsenal had a goal disallowed through Trossard, but then Havertz made it 1-0 in the 89th minute, seeing a win for Arsenal, and yeah, big win for Arsenal. They fought hard, but just about got over the line. Brentford's played well, but their resistance has eventually broken down. And yeah, like I say, a massive win for Arsenal, and yeah, that will give them some good momentum heading into the next block of fixtures before it's time for Tottenham 1, Villa 2, and Tottenham lead through Lascelles so in the 22nd minute. Watkins had a goal disallowed soon after that, and Torres levelled it up just before half time, and Watkins after half time made it 2-1. And in the end, Tottenham dominated the game, probably played quite well, but in the end Villa made it count, got an away win, and yeah, what a massive result for Villa that is. They've doing it away from home now, unbelievable. And yeah, that's a statement victory. For Spurs though, yeah, it's not looking good in the last few games since they got an injury, so they need to turn it around quickly before it's time for Everton 0, Manchester United 3. And yeah, first off we have to say Garnacho, what an unbelievable goal. Yeah, that's goal of the season settled already, I'm pretty sure. Absolutely incredible. Before it's time for Rashford and penalty, 56 minutes, score making it 2-0, and Martial in the 75th minute making it 3-0. Everton, huffed and puffed, but in the end Manchester United too good, starting to gain some momentum in the league now. That's a big result for them. Everton with the protest, but yeah, Manchester United too good. Fulham beat Wolves in a really fun game on Monday in the Premier League. 3-2 final score. It was a Wavy in the 7th minute who gave Fulham the lead before Cunha equalised in the 22nd minute. Willian then gave Fulham the lead from the spot with half hour left before Chan equalised from the spot 75th minute, and then Willian with a late penalty in the 94th minute giving Fulham the win. And yeah, Fulham, I don't know, it's an even game on paper. Fulham maybe just edged it, but I don't know, it's a tight game. But yeah, the penalty calls going against Wolves won't again. It feels like it's been a constant theme this season. They'll be absolutely devastated, but for Fulham, a massive win. Moving on into the Champions League previews, and yeah, starting off with Man City at home to RB Leipzig, and yeah, Man City, of course, in a really good spot to obviously top their group, and yeah, Leipzig in second actually, so they need a win here just to secure that top spot, although it's probably more than likely already secured, but yeah, like I said, they do probably need a win just to make sure of it, and that would be a big one for them. Obviously secures an easier draw, and you'd expect them to have enough depth and quality, so I'm going to say it will be a City win. But moving on into PSG as they battle Newcastle, and yeah, really big game for Newcastle here. You kind of feel like they have to get something out of this one if they want to even get into Europa League in the second half of the season. But yeah, we've seen that they can do it against Paris last time out. Obviously, it's a tough challenge having to go all the way to the Parc des Princes. So yeah, it will be an interesting one. I fancy PSG with the individual quality they have could end up getting a win here. But I think Newcastle are pushing all the way. But moving on into Galatasaray as they take on Manchester United. Galatasaray, yeah. It's an interesting one because Manchester United, you still feel like on their day they're improving the Premier League, they can get the win here. But Galatasaray, we know it's a very tough place to go. It's very tight for those qualification places. United have Bayern in the final game. They have to win this one, you feel. But it's a tough one. I'm going to say it'll be a draw, and that probably unfortunately won't be enough for Manchester United. And moving on into Arsenal as they take on Lens, and yeah, Arsenal with a comfortable gap at the top of the group, and yeah, you back them to go through here. It's all kind of seems to be about PSV versus Lens for the last place going through. So yeah, it's an interesting one, but I'm going to say Arsenal at home, obviously losing to them last time. Yeah, I think it will probably be enough for Arsenal to get the win. I'm going to say it will be 2-0. But anyway, guys, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to daily wrestling news and subscribe to the channel. It's going to be greatly appreciated. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.